This is the El-Wak Stadium in Accra, one of the treatment and isolation centers for persons who've contracted coronavirus. This is not the first time that we've come here to speak to those who are being treated here, but today our focus is on the woman who was brought here whilst pregnant. We are learning that she's delivered a baby, and also speak to the clinical staff who delivered the woman of this baby. They'll take us through the processes they went through to ensure that she delivered safely. Come with me. I'll be entering one of the treatment centers, so to protect myself I have to wear this protective gear so that I can get out of here without contracting, the virus. But before I enter, let me speak to Major Yeli Ahiga. He's one of the persons who delivered the woman of the baby. You're welcome to the Citi Newsroom.
Thank you very much. Like you rightly said, my name is Major Matthias Yeli Ahig. I'm the Deputy Commandant of the facility. And let me say you are welcome to El-Wak COVID-19 Isolation and Treatment Center for COVID-19 patients.
The mother we're about to speak to, when did she deliver?
So the delivery was done yesterday, and it was premised upon clinical assessment of her condition, and she was almost due. Fortunately, as part of her routine antenatal care, she went and she was showing some symptoms that mimic COVID-19 symptoms. So a test was done, and it came out that she was positive for coronavirus. So obviously we had to isolate her and then bring her here. And this coincided with the time she was due, hence the delivery.
Would you mind walking us to the theater?
Exactly. So with me to take us around will be Major Moro. Okay, so he's the nursing officer in charge of the facility. So just before he comes in to walk us through, we have the theater to the left.
Okay, the theater.
That's the theater. Now, all the equipments that befit a level 2 hospital theater, we have everything in there. And from outside, it looks quite simple. But when you open it, and if you don't mind, I can open it.
Please do.
So this is where the delivery was done yesterday, and like I said initially, most of the machines have been taken out for servicing and disinfection and all that, so we don't have the full complement of the equipment here. But when the need arises, we make sure we get every necessary equipment to be able to give at least the care or the medical care that we need to give to our clients, and everything was done in this particular theater. So
talk us through the process. How different was this from the normal deliveries we see in the hospitals? What were some of the challenges you encountered in ensuring that this mother delivered safely?
Okay, so what basically happened was a cesarean section. So, like you rightly said, it's normal in the traditional hospital to have a cesarean section, but in a COVID isolation center, I'm tempted to say this is the first of its kind, and it was quite challenging, especially when the place was not primarily established for obstetric cases. But like I said, in anticipation of future attacks, we put in the necessary measures, ensuring that we are able to still rise up to the occasion and deliver this mother and the bouncing baby. So the basic equipment that we needed, we were able to gather it. And then there were times when we had to rely on the main hospital. When I say main hospital, I mean the 37 military hospital, because we are working as a team. We are still under the 37 military hospital. So where we think we need something from them, we quickly reach out to them, and they were willing to support us.
So Major, let's speak to the mother now. She's at the ICU.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, this is the intensive care unit where patients whose conditions are not that stable, we nurse them inside there. So right now we have one patient in there. So we're quickly going to see the patient.
Unfortunately, we cannot speak to the mother, even though she agreed earlier to speak to us. But Major Moro, one of the clinical staff who took her through the process, will speak to us on her behalf. So how is the mother and the baby doing?
Yes, as we said, my name is Major Anthony Moro. the nursing officer in charge of this facility. Mother and baby are doing well.
Let's go out now and continue the conversation. We're still here with Major Moro. So, Major, you spoke to us in there. What next now?
Yes.
How long do you intend to keep this the woman?
Yes, so just as we are all aware, the reason why she's here, so as and when all that is supposed to be done is done and she's fine, then definitely she should be discharged home.
What are you supposed to do? What will you be doing from now?
Of course, if you are tested COVID positive and you are admitted here, we treat you, then we'll do the test. If the test comes out negative, then you are well to decide to go home.
Let's go back and speak to Major Yeli Ahig, and he'll be telling us whether the numbers they have here has gone up or reduced. The last time we came here and spoke to you on the Citi Newsroom, you said you have 31 people who are receiving treatment.
Exactly.
Has that number changed?
Okay, so the last time Citi TV was here, the number was 31. Unfortunately, within the period, we have had some patients coming in. So currently, our patients number is 33. Now, this figure 33 shows that we have gone beyond the capacity that we are supposed to take ordinarily. Now, when I say the capacity we are supposed to take, this facility is a 26 bedder. So it means that we can take a capacity of 26 patients at a time. But then we need to come up with innovative ways to still admit the patients that are coming here.
It is worth mentioning that even though the center has recorded an increase in the number of people who were brought here to be treated for coronavirus, the good news is that some of them have also recovered. In your short, people who were brought here who tested positive for the virus, they are going home at last. They are happy that now they can join their families and continue with life. I'm sandwiched between two ladies who earlier tested positive for coronavirus. They've tested negative now, so they're leaving the El-Wak Treatment and Isolation Center, and want to speak to them and find out how it's been so far since they came here. Thanks for agreeing to speak to us on the Citi Newsroom. Okay. First, tell me how you got to know that you had contracted the virus.
I was tested positive. Like, I didn't know how I got it.
How did you feel? Did you feel anything in your body? You felt unwell? Tell me about it.
No, I didn't. Like, it didn't show me any sign.
So it was asymptomatic?
Yeah, that is why.
And when were you brought to this facility?
When?
Yes, when you were brought to this facility?
Oh, last 2 weeks.
Last 2 weeks.
Friday.
You've been here for just 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yes.
Okay. And what did they give you? Talk me through the treatment.
Oh, they gave us medicine to take. And they told us that if you take the medicine, everything will work fine for us. So we shouldn't be scared. Because at first I was scared. I thought I was going to die.
And because of the many stories you had heard,
yes.
Right? You didn't know you'd survive.
Yes, I didn't know.
So how do you feel now going home?
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. At least I didn't die, you know. I'm going back to my family. I'm very happy.
Thanks for your time. But let me speak to your other friend. And so also, how did you get to know you had the virus?
Actually, I was being tested and I was positive. So they came to pick us up to this side.
Today you're leaving the El-Wak, isolation center. You've had a lot of people who've recovered talk about the stigmatization. How do you feel getting out there? You think you're going to be stigmatized? Do you fear being stigmatized?
Oh no, I'm not afraid of it. Even those having HIV/AIDS, they do exist. They are very happy. So why should I be stigmatized of coronavirus? No, it's not a deadly disease and it's not a sexually transmitted disease too. So I'm not ashamed I've gotten coronavirus and I've recovered. No, I'm not.
You're a little emotional. Why?
No, I'm not emotional. I'm happy I'm leaving this side because I can get rest to lie on my bed, feel comfortable on it. That's why.
So there are so many people out there who think that, this virus is not real. You tell them to wear the face mask. They say, oh, I don't believe the virus is real. What do you have to say to people like that?
I'll advise them to wear the face mask and also use the hand sanitizer always. But if they get water and washing soap, they should rather do that too.